Hello, we're here today to run through the Excel I/O functionality. So to get to Excel I/O, we're going to go to Management, Excel I/O. And you'll see the following screen when we get there. So Excel I/O stands for Input Output. So in this session, we're going to be looking at the charge matrix Excel I/O. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to download the file. And you get a CSV file that opens and it reflects everything in your charge matrix on the system. So the first thing I do is double check for any columns that you might not have full visibility of, and I'll just expand those so I can see them. The next thing I do is just to set a filter on the top row, because that makes it easier to manipulate a big mass of data. And I will also just freeze the top row as well, so that as I'm scrolling down, I can see what the columns actually refer to. Okay. You'll notice in column A, the header has a question mark called CRUD, C-R-U-D. This stands for Create, Read, Update, or Delete. And you'll see that everything is defaulted to an R. So if we just saved this file as it was and uploaded it back into the system, it would effectively ignore every record because it already has the data in there, and the instruction is for it just to read. So what we want to do today in this example is update the prices for the year 2017 to 2018. And I'm going to use my filter just to isolate all prices ending in 2017. Once I've got that data set, I'm going to copy these over and paste them at the bottom of the sheet. Now, while I've got everything highlighted, I'm going to colour the back in a different colour so we have good visibility, and I'm going to make them a blue so we know the new records that we want to manipulate. I'm then going to update column A, the CRUD column, and change the R to a C value in everything I've highlighted blue. And that's because we're going to be creating new records that don't yet exist in the system. I'm going to delete the values in column B, so contract service item. Now this is because PowerSuite has a history of previous pricing and gives them their own unique identifier. And when we upload this, I'm expecting PowerSuite to generate new contract service item IDs for these. The next step is to update the valid from and valid to column. So in my blue section, I'm going to choose the day after the valid to date that we've just ended. So I'm going to amend that to the 1st of the 4th, 2017. Right, let me just make sure that all values in this column change to that new date. Similarly, in the valid to column, I'm going to amend this to the 31st of the 3rd, 2018, so the end of the next fiscal year. I'm just going to make sure that all dates are updated. And now the final step is to put the new pricing in for the next year. So that is column K, or your charge column. Now, because this is effectively an Excel spreadsheet, you can manually enter your new prices, or you can use a formula to update them, Or if you have an external spreadsheet with your new pricing, you can use a VLOOKUP formula, or you can use an index match formula to get those new prices in. So in my example, I'm just going to do a quick formula of a 2% uplift. So I've just inserted a column L, which we'll later delete. And I'm going to go right. Once you're happy with the prices, you can select all, copy, and paste special values because I've used a formula. And now we want to delete out column L. We no longer require that. And we're pretty much done. So I'm going to save this file. To my desktop. You'll notice the file format is in Unicode text. So you should always get a pop-up to say workbook contains features that will not work or may be removed. You do always want to save it as a Unicode text. So either you're going to click yes or you're going to click continue. Okay, now we pop back into Google Chrome and we're going to find our file. And we're going to upload that to the system. And you'll get a notification that the file was uploaded successfully. We can see there are 158 rows, 22 have been created, and the 136 values that we had down as R have been ignored when they were uploaded back into the system. And now we're done. If we go to Financial Charge Matrix, we'll be able to double check that these prices have been included, and we can now see 2018 returns 22 items, so they're updated in the system. And that concludes the Excel I/O session.